My name is Thabisile Madondo. I am from Potchefstroom, and I am a second born of Mr. and Mrs. Malishe, and I've been married for 17 years to my husband, Mr. Madondo, and I'm blessed with 3 boys, which is Lusanda, Bandile, and Tandoluit. And we are 4 siblings in my family. My business is, I specialize in skincare, massages, and weight management. And also, as a life coach, I bring in the life coach in the business. So when my clients comes in, I'm able to be a good listener to them, because when they come in, they are like coming into a therapy, even though they're coming for that massage. But there are clients that are come in and they just want to chat to you. So as a life coach, it helps me to be a great listener. So yes. And especially when we're dealing with wellness, as my business is a wellness business, wellness spa. So it's good to deal with the whole person. You know, you're coming in to do your body massage, but then again, with the mind and the soul, you are also touched by what we are doing. So that is very great for our wellness. And especially with the touch, you know, there are people who come in there and, you know, you feel like you want that sense of being touched, you know, like being pampered. There are people who hardly get touched by the loved one or even get a hug from the loved one. So that special touch of a massage makes everything goes well for the client, like they get complete, you know. Even though we're working on the muscles, working on those facial muscles, again, they feel so relaxed and they're feeling like the whole person. I also try and promote the self-care, self-love, and being self-aware. So that's the most thing that I teach to these women who comes in there, because they also help me to be where I am. Self-love, self-care, and self-awareness is the most thing. Okay, my background in education. I completed my grade 12 in Potchefstroom, Mabek Secondary, and then I went to DUT. I studied for something else, but I dropped out. And then I got married in between. And then I decided to go back to school after years of not studying. So in 2010, I went back to school to study somatology at Kloof Academy after having my 2 kids. So why did I do this? Because I didn't even know about somatology. So when I got there, because I was just looking for something like for 6 months to work around my kids. So when I got there, and when they were telling me about the course, I got so fascinated about it. I fell in love with everything, like the magic that happens behind there. So I ended up doing my 3 years, and also on top of that, I did my international certificates at DESCO. So yeah, I'm a somatologist by profession. You know, I always felt that there was something more about me, and staying at home and being housewife. I was happy that I was there to take care of my kids, but I just wanted that fulfillment. So when I went back to school, I just wanted to be independent and be more financial independent. So that's why I ended up saying, you know what, I'm not gonna cut. I'm not gonna do the 1 year or 3 or 2 or 6 months course. I'm just gonna do the whole thing, because I just wanna be somebody. Especially being an entrepreneur, I always wanted to be in business. That's always been my dream, to be in business, a businesswoman. What happened along the journey? I I then worked in different spas just to get like my experience. And then after that, in 2013, I opened a spa in Musgrave, in Hurst Road, just close to the Musgrave Center. And then while I was working, I had to close down after 2 years of working because my husband found another job in Pretoria, so I had to relocate. When we relocated, I fell pregnant with my last one. So I then stayed at home again, being a stay-home mom again. In that moment, I lost myself along the journey as a woman. And, you know, when I felt so depressed and all those things, just to be, I don't know, because I knew that I had something, there was something about me that I needed to do. So I ended up telling my husband after having my child for 1 year that I wanted to go back to work. Then I went back to work. Just because it was me and him, I didn't have that much support. I had to stop again to work just to look after my kids until the COVID hit. So we had to come back to Potchefstroom. So in Potchefstroom, I started working, selling like supplements, and just to have my money, because I would feel fulfilled to have my own money. So after that, I realized that I still have that passion that I had for wellness. And then that's when I started, because we couldn't work during the COVID time, then I enrolled for coaching. So when I enrolled for coaching, I was working on myself again at that moment, because it was very important for me to work that insecure, that inferior that I had, the fears that I had through coaching. So it helped me a lot in a way that it redirected me to reopen my business in 2022. That is why I am an advocate on that, self-care, self-awareness, self-love. So that is why when I started my business, I only borrowed a bed from someone to start my business, because I didn't have money or anything to start my business. So I borrowed a massage bed, and then I started working. So when I had that bed, I was like, the person that will come into my space is that person who's longing for something, who wants to change their life, who wants to come out from where they are. So I had myself in mind for that person who will come into my space. And my space is growing like never before. So I'm happy that what I wanted to do around Tabby M Wellness Boutique is happening now. I'm touching lives. The person that motivates me or inspires me, really, it's my dad and my mom. Because for my dad, it's because when he was working a full-time job, he had that side hustle, which grown into in a way that today he is a businessman, even though he has retired from the old job that he used to do. Now he's currently doing business. So when he started with I always laugh with him when I tell him the story, that I used to look at you, Dad, when you wake up early in the morning to go and get that crate of bananas, and you're going to leave it somewhere, someone is going to sell it for him and all that. So that passion that he had for business or for starting small, I got inspired by that. And as for my mom, she went back to school to grade 10 now. Then it was Form 5, when she already had 4 of us, of my siblings. And she went back to study until grade 12, and then work her way up into for her to become a teacher. So I was inspired for what she was doing, because if I look back into my life, I got married early at 25. I had my child. I became a stay-home mom. I didn't have a qualification while I was at home, but because I was inspired by her, I had the thing that I can also go back to school and become something, and that's exactly what happened to me. How else do I make impact on my business? Okay, I get involved in the community. So if there are charity cases or events that related to wellness, I make sure that I'm part of it. And also, I had a skipping, online skipping challenge. So I put it out there on Facebook for the ladies who are interested in skipping together, and then we have that group on WhatsApp. We motivate each other. We skip. We put our skipping there just to motivate each other, because it's hard to exercise alone as mothers. We always have our excuses. And also, I work with the youth in my church. So there we promote self-care, self-love, even public speaking, because it's something I'm also now interested in. And also, when I work with those kids, something came into me that I need to get involved in the organic sanitary pad. So it's something that I'm introducing now, so that I can be able to share with those young ladies. The challenges that I face, especially in my business, when you need to, okay, I'm a somatologist. I don't know much about the business side of it. So I get to outsource some other qualification, like the person who will help me with marketing, who will help me with my accounting, human resources, when you need to hire somebody. And also, another thing that I used to do, take those ladies who just finished school and then work with them. So, I pour all my skills in them, uplifting them, and then they decide to leave, I need to start all over again, train other people. And also, finance, it's that. So those are the challenging that I'm having, like the qualified therapist around my area, we hardly get them. So I have to make sure that I get ladies from DUT sometimes. So that's it's been a challenge, the staff leaving. It's a challenge again. It is disappointing sometimes, because you invest so much in these people. You invest so much your time and all that, hoping that we will grow together. When you sell the idea of growing together and then it doesn't happen, when you see that potential leave. But anyway, I left where I started from, so I can't hold them back. They also need to grow. Yeah. Okay, the advice that I will give them is that start wherever you are. If you have a dream, just start with whatever you have, and find a mentor, find someone to talk to. Don't be afraid of getting a coach to start your business. And also, I always say to people, or to myself, is that I have my own pen. So everyone has their own pen, and we are writing our own books. So if this chapter was not good for you, turn the page and rewrite your story. That's exactly what I did for myself. I turned the page and I rewrote my story. So I need them to start wherever they are. It's important. So because we all have our own purpose, we need to fulfill that purpose at the end of the day. My future goals, I'm hoping one day to expand Tabby M globally, to even franchise my spa. That will be the greatest goal. And also to tap into other sectors, and grow into other sectors. So that's my biggest goal, yes. I do a number of things to relax. I have 3 boys, right? Which I've been married for like 17 years. So we make sure that we get that moment to go at the beach together. We walk as a family. That's one thing. And also we go to the gym with the boys because they're very active. They're also into sport. So I must make sure that I go to the gym with them. And for myself alone, I play music, I meditate. I sometimes go for hiking, just join a group just for hiking at the Oribi Gorge. And also another thing that makes me relax most is to sleep. I make sure that I get my time.